Hi, welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Wednesday, June 3rd. I'm Rick Boyer, the pastor of Prospect Presbyterian Church. And Take a Break, Take a Breath is my invitation to you to pause in the middle of your day, to take a break and to take a breath and to breathe in the breath of God and to center yourself in God who made you and loves you and knows you better than you know yourself. I've switched the schedule for those of you who have watched other episodes from almost every day to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I invite you to use each of those for 2 days. And I've been working my way through the Psalms, and today's Psalm is Psalm 38. And I'll read the 2 verses to you and then talk a little bit about the background of this Psalm. The 2 verses are 8 and 9. I am utterly spent and crushed. I groan because of the tumult of my heart. O Lord, all my longing is known to you. My sighing is not hidden from you. Psalm 38 is one of the penitential psalms, and it is a psalm that is rooted in the ancient belief that sin and sickness go together. And it would appear from the words of this psalm that the psalmist is very, very sick and near to death, and he is blaming some sin he or she is blaming some sin for the sickness and the illness and confessing. Now, commentators, generally good commentators, will tell you, well, we don't believe that, and let's not get caught up in that. And yet some of them will go on to say, and perhaps wisely so, and yet some of the brokenness of our world comes from our selfishness and our failure to live into God's way in the world. And so there may be some connection sometimes between sin and the sicknesses of our society. And I thought about all that is going on in our world right now and in our country right now when I read those comments on this text. So I invite you to go to a place in your house that is quiet and off to itself, where you can close the door and to sit down in a chair and to relax and to take a deep breath. Well, more than one. And feel the support of that chair holding you. Feel it on the back of your legs and on your back, and if it has arms, on the arms. And as you breathe in nice and deep, breathe in the breath of God, the breath of life. And as you breathe out all that separates you from God. Breathe in the breath of life and breathe out all that separates you from God. Breathe in the breath of God and breathe out all that separates you from God. And as you breathe in and breathe out, be aware of God's peace and presence and love surrounding you. Imagine it coming to you like water when you settle into a nice warm bath, and as you slide into that tub, you relax. So put your toes into the water and your feet, and slide your legs down into that water. And as you do so, feel the peace and presence of God, and let the tensions that are in those muscles melt away. And then slide further down into that tub and feel the water as it comes around your belly and your back. And let the tensions float away. Let all the tenseness in those muscles relax. then slide down so the water's over your shoulders and your arms and your hands all feel the peace and the presence and the love of God. Welcome that peace. Welcome God's presence to you. And then take some of the water and put it over your face and your head and your neck. And feel the peace and calm and love of God as the tensions in your face and your jaw and your neck melt away. Then in your mind's eye, I'm going to invite you to go to a place where you can look over the city. I know that sounds odd, but I'm thinking of a particular place. When you walk the High Line in New York City, it's about a story and a half up. There's an old railroad track area. There's a spot where they cross over a road, and there's glass all the way around it, and seats, and you can watch the city, and none of the noise of the city comes up. People tend to talk quietly and just watch all the things that are happening in the city. Imagine you're in a place like that, and it's early in the morning when it's quiet and no one else is there, maybe. And you sit down on a seat there, thinking about all that's been happening in our world and in your life. When someone comes and joins you, and that someone is God's representative or even Jesus, the person smiles at you, and you feel the warmth and the love coming from them. We have been moaning and groaning about all that is unfolding in our world, and rightly so. Take a moment to talk with this representative of God. If it's Jesus, Jesus. Talk with God about all that is on your mind and hear what it is God might have to say to you in these days. And then the time comes for you to say goodbye, to end the conversation for now. You can always talk to God whenever you want. So you say goodbye in whatever way is appropriate. and you allow that image to fade away. And imagine the room where you are. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Well, let's take a break, take a breath for Wednesday, June 3rd. Let me know how the new schedule is working for you, or if you have other feedback, send it to me. You can send it to rick@prospectchurch.org.